Yeah, definitely, man. Tune into the Hip Hop Uncensored podcast. Let's get into this, Sam, and let's play this Cardi B video real quick and talk about this for the fans. So that's Cardi B. You know, she was playing her song WAP, and little, I think her name was Culture, walked into the room and she immediately turned it off. Now, we had probably like 5 discussions. We went back and forth at one point about, you know, the type of music. In particular, let's just deal with that song and the message in that song, how it could be really, you know, just a bad message for younger kids to really listen to. It can just turn them out to another whole level of sexuality that they're not ready for. And I think that, even though I think it was kind of a little bit of satire, a little bit of funniness, and that maybe even planned to a certain extent, I think it proves our point just by seeing that video.
Yeah,
she don't want her own daughter to listen to that garbage, man.
She don't. Yeah, it's definitely for a different age group and a different kind of listener. But with today's advances in technology, if they got an iPad and you ain't paying attention to it, the shit's coming up and they can see it. And when you got adults taking videos of their babies doing this in celebration and showing it off, and look how bad my baby can do it, and then them babies see it, and it doesn't, I'm not even particularly putting it to one race, because I've seen white race do it, Asian, black, Middle Eastern. I've seen all this shit on TikTok, man. My woman fucking watches TikTok like it ain't nobody's business. And I see all kind of shit on that thing. So it's everybody doing this wild shit. But it makes a lot of sense for Cardi B to go ahead and turn that off real quick, because that's not the example she's setting for her daughter.
But she's setting it for other people's daughter.
Hey, it's all in the good faith of money, I guess, of her. She looks fine in the motherfucker too. Shout out to Cardi B, and I'm not condoning what she does, but it just, like you said, it kind of goes on to the point where I'm gonna do it. Y'all daughters can listen to it, but my daughter ain't.
And I kind of just wish, even though I know it's not realistic, like you said, the pads are there and everything. You could be in a supermarket, the doctors, you might hear this song on the radio. And even though the words are blurred out, we know that these kids are smart enough to put 2 and 2 together, understand what it's saying. So I just wish that it could be just for the older crowd. Like when they put this music out, we could just digest it. The brothers could listen to it. The women that's of age, and we all love that. If you got a woman, you know, side chicks or whatever, girlfriends, you like the WAP. But when you're talking about little kids hearing that, I think it just turns them out to another whole nother level that they're not ready for. And we wonder why we have, you know, teenagers getting pregnant, a lot of sexually transmitted diseases, and just broken households. Is because of this whole culture that started off being one way but went totally degenerate into another way. But I'm not here to be nobody's, you know, judge, jury, executioner. I know they got to do what they got to do to make money for their families and whatnot, but I think it's just funny. It's like the art imitating life thing. Now we got to see that thing play out before the whole world. She was quick to hit that button like, I don't want to listen to this. Even though she probably heard it, she was already jamming to it, look like, on the way in.
Yeah, don't have WAP playing on Kids Bop, but I bet you that shit'll be on there for the kids to fucking listen to, all fucking censored out, man.
Time to cancel Cardi, man.
Nah, that ain't happening. I think Cardi's starting to transition into her real calling, and that's the acting, and I think she has a new show coming out, and I kind of called that for her in her first year of hip-hop, but she's been doing her thing and still winning in hip-hop, but I think we'll see them smash singles every now and again, and she's going to kind of start transitioning into that other role. I don't know how much hip-hop she got left, but I've been wrong before when it comes to Cardi. And that ain't no diss. I think the transition is going to be a dope one and be more financially fruitful for her and her family, but I think the hip-hop's damn near done.
Yeah, I was looking at an article the other day. I think it's named Nicki Minaj, the most successful, you know, hip-hop artist of all time, or female hip-hop artist of all time, I think it was. What are your thoughts about that? Do you agree with that?
I do. Longevity. Nicki did it for a long time, and I think that's why we disagree with a lot of the shit that she was going through with the younger female artists, kind of beefing with the Cardi or the rumors going around, because she didn't need to do that. She solidified herself in this game. She was a female who actually spit hard, did her thing. I think the Monster, was it Monster, when she was on there with Hov and Kanye, had the baddest goddamn verse on that whole song. It wasn't even close. She solidified herself as the best female artist of her generation and of time, of all time. When you look at the album sales, when you look what she did for Young Money, I think it's well deserved.
Yeah, and you know, most successful, you know, definitely. And I can remember back, you know, probably like 2008, 2009. I'm like, yo, this chick right here, something. Because it's like, I can't remember the exact year, so I know people listen, oh, you got it wrong. But I know it was a point where you had like the transition from the Foxies, the Little Kims and whatnot. And even Kim and Nicki had a little thing. And at that time, I was like, there's no way that she's going to get ever close to having a success that Little Kim had. And she blew Little Kim out of the water. Yep. She's still, relevant. And it's really great because at one point we thought female artists were on their way out as far as hip hop. It kind of got dry. Eve and them left, and Foxy fell back. Little Kim did what she did. It was like, yeah, where's it coming from? Nicki was able to hold that down, hold the mantle down, all the way until now. Still, even, she ain't trying to give it up to Cardi, but hey, I don't blame her, man. You want to hold on to it as long as you can. So, yeah, definitely the most successful female hip-hop artist of all time.
She came in at a good time, too, where social media kind of started really creeping in, and the female artists can promote themselves in a different way and give the audience, a male audience in particular, not just the female audience, a different viewpoint in that brand. You could just imagine what that could do to a brand and just made it skyrocket. And she kind of started the torch with social media with the next female artist, because we look at all the female artists, Meg Thee Stallion, Cardi B, all the other young Miamis and all the young females out here doing their thing. All of them have taken, whether they say it or not, a piece of Nicki Minaj's style and put it into their repertoire, man. So salute to Nicki, man. She's a trendsetter.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I want to talk about this story right here, Sam. And it happened a couple of days ago. We was actually busy, doing our interviews and whatnot the last couple of days, so we didn't get a chance to cover it. I want to cover, this story today. Now, angel investor Shervin Pesavar, I'm probably saying the name wrong, no disrespect, put out a tweet the other day, and he said, I met Kobe Bryant in late 2009. Kobe wasn't happy with Nike and was going to leave it in 2020. Kobe was going to start Mamba, a shoe company owned by players. He passed away weeks later. What he was about to do in the business was going to eclipse his sports career. Now, we talked about this briefly yesterday. We were just chilling, talking.
Yeah.
And we agreed when the stuff we was throwing out there, he was like, yo, this would have been big, man. But saying, man, when you think about Kobe, this guy coming forward saying that Kobe Bryant in this year was going to ditch Nike and start his own Mamba sneaker brand.
Just makes you even sadder he's gone, man. It really does, because when we talk about ownership, right, and we talk about what really moves and ticks this dollar out here in America, whether it be in entertainment, whether it be in athletics, whether it be in just day-to-day consumption of whatever. The black dollar runs the world. Black entertainment runs the world. Black athletes run the world. And this is why you see them on the cover of magazines. This is why you see them drinking Gatorades. This is why we see them promoting product, because they know we're going to go out in drones and do that. One being the sneaker. How many pair of sneakers have we bought alone this holiday season? Most of them having a Jordan emblem on it, if not a Yeezy emblem on it. You know what I'm saying? Black owned, black promoted, black swagged out style that goes out here and makes millions of dollars. And when you see what Kobe was about to do, he just had the Grinches come out, the black or the green Mambas. Goddamn, them things was fire. Sold for $170. Now retail valued at about $500-$600. When you look at what they're doing out here in the sneaker game, it would make sense for a Kobe Bryant and some other big names to go and branch out, create your own brand, like we was talking about with the Big Brawler brand a couple years back,
right,
and do your own shit.